What's up, everybody? Jimmy Faluca's reporting here late tonight with Frank. Frank, how's it going? And we got Mike Marone with us. Fellas, how are yous?
What's up, guys?
Frank, you with us?
I'm good.
All right. We are officially a week away from SummerSlam, biggest party of the summer, and WWE really needs to pull out a good show because recent reports have shown that the WWE Network, they did not get as many subscriptions as they wanted. So I think WWE is going to have to turn up the voltage within the next few weeks and in the next couple of months to try to bring in more viewers. What do you guys have to say about that?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the whole network package that they try to promote and stuff like that, at the end of the day, it doesn't make much sense for them to make money on subscriptions and stuff like that. So they definitely have to bring in more viewers somehow. I don't know how they're going to do it, but...
What about you, Frank? What do you have to say?
Yeah, I think that right now they're a little bit of a panic mode. I think they really have to, they're going to go for a home run at SummerSlam. I mean, at the end of the day, the marketing strategy is horrible. How do you expect to make money from charging somebody $10 a month when, you know what I mean? That doesn't make much sense.
No. I have been saying for the last few months that their current product is what's hurting them. I've had multiple people tell me that they don't watch because it's like watching a kindergarten show because they make the show a little too kiddie for their liking, and I do think that is hurting the product. I think that the PG era has run its course, and
that makes sense.
And that let's be honest, fellas. What would you rather see, a NCIS or a Barney the Big Red Dinosaur?
Oh, 100%.
It's really not.
At the end of the day, I'm going back to like the whole marketing thing or whatever, like the whole like strategy. They were getting $40 a month off me every month to order the pay-per-view. Now they're only getting 10. How are they making money?
Here's another question: how the hell is the talent making money?
That's what I'm asking. At the end of the day, the three of us would have spent $40 a piece on the pay-per-view for SummerSlam. Now we're only spending.
And Frank is gonna be here for SummerSlam, so basically they're only getting $10 for two people.
Well, I got the subscription. No, he's had a subscription. So
then again, Frank does have the see.
You know what I'm saying? If Frank didn't pay the $10 and you gave him the password, that's an issue too.
No, I see what you're saying, but I think that for the WWE to pull themselves out of the hole that they have put themselves in, because nobody put them in that hole except themselves, the only way for them to do it is to come up with a new marketing campaign for the entire company. Like I said, I think the PG thing has run its course. I think that they need to stop worrying about being politically correct. They need to stop worrying about, public relations, and they need to worry more about selling a better product and making more money, because let's be very honest, they have lost a lot of money this year. And let's also touch on something else. NASCAR got an $800 million deal. There's a reason for that. And there's a reason WWE did not get that deal. And from the research that I've done is that the WWE viewers are not looked upon as valuable viewers because they really don't go along with the sponsors. The sponsors that they have, the WWE crowd is not, following through on them. So the WWE audience is not considered valuable. Now, how do you bring in, as a businessman, how do you bring in valuable viewers? By bringing in a better product. This is me talking business here.
I don't think that's necessarily true. I think the biggest problem they have is bringing more money. I don't think that's necessarily true. They need to make minor adjustments to the way the network is set up, and they'll be able to make more money without changing the product whatsoever.
See, I really don't even think the network is the problem. I think that it's just a lot of people are just not buying the product as a whole, because the network is
what I think should be done. It's pretty. Hold on one second. Sorry.
No problem. No, but Frank, that's my opinion, Frank. I think they really need to step up their game a little bit, and they need to seriously take a good hard look at their product and recognize that it's just not working.
I think their biggest time is star power. I mean, there isn't really a real guy that people tune in to watch and are captivated by, you know?
Well, you could say that it's star power. You can make this, that, or the other thing. But all I can tell you is they're dipping into these part-time performers like Brock Lesnar. They're dipping into these part-time performers like The Undertaker, and it's just not working anymore.
Yeah, but see, those guys are stars, and those guys are much. You hear me, guys? Well,
Yeah, we're right here, Mike.
oh, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Frank, the point I'm trying to make is that they're continually bringing these guys back because they don't have the star power that they used to, and I think that it's done on purpose because they don't want to make any more big time stars because look at what all those stars that they're going back to did. They eventually left. Hulk Hogan was the first big name, became a big megastar. Vince got tired of using him, he went to WCW. Stone Cold Steve Austin eventually told the company to go screw themselves. The Rock, he went to Hollywood. Brock Lesnar, he just had enough. He had enough work in the schedule, so he went to football, then went to UFC, and eventually came back. Point I'm trying to make is they no longer make anyone go past a certain level because they do it for fear of themselves. And eventually, I think they end up biting themselves in the ass because of it.
But you see, we said every time a star left, there was another big star to fill the slot. There is no big star now to fill the slot.
No, but the reason for that is because they're not allowing the wrestlers to get past a certain level because they're afraid of that. They're afraid that they'll get to a level to where they can be successful without them, and they'll eventually leave. So the WWE, in essence, shoots themselves in the foot.
Where are they going to leave to? Where are they going to leave to? There's only one place to go.
I'm not talking about necessarily wrestling because look at Brock Lesnar and look at Steve Austin and look at The Rock. When they left WWE, they didn't go to another wrestling organization. Only Hulk Hogan did.
What's up?
So that's the whole point. Only Hulk Hogan went to another wrestling organization when he left WWE. Stone Cold just went home. The Rock became
He was hurt. He couldn't perform anymore.
The Rock became a Hollywood movie star, and Brock Lesnar went to the UFC. So it's not like there's nothing that they can do other than wrestling, but the point I'm trying to make is that the WWE does not allow any of the wrestlers to go past a certain level because they're afraid that they'll eventually just pick up and leave. That's a proven fact. Because if that was the case, they would have made so many other guys stars, and they didn't. Ever since The Rock and Stone Cold and Brock Lesnar and Hulk Hogan, picked up and left, has anyone else really been on their level as far as a mega star? Not that I consider Brock Lesnar a megastar because he isn't.
No, I think he is. He's an attraction. He's an attraction.
I think The Undertaker was an attraction, but I don't consider him a megastar. He's just a professional wrestler, and I like him more because of it. That's where I stand.
But to get back to what you were saying is, I don't think they're necessarily afraid. I just think that nobody's really breaking out.
Well, it's kind of hard for them to become breakout stars, Frank, when the wrestlers all have handcuffs on them. That's the point I'm trying to make. They don't have as much freedom as the guys used to. And I think that hurts the business in the long run. Everyone likes to throw out there, oh, it's a publicly traded company now, this, that, the other. It's been a publicly traded company since the early 2000s, and they were doing just fine.
Yeah, but I don't see anybody on the roster that's a larger-than-life character.
The thing is, when you become a larger-than-life character, Frank, you have to have the freedom to be yourself. The Rock and Stone Cold were just being extensions of themselves, and that's how they got over. The guys today don't have that much freedom to do that, and they're not pushed properly. When Stone Cold was connecting with the audience, he was pushed all the way to the moon because WWE had a gun to their head called WCW.
Well, I think if they keep losing money, I think things will change.
Well, my father's told me for many years that the best way to change WWE is to take money out of Vince McMahon's pocket, and a lot of people are doing that right now because they're not buying into it. And I'm hoping and I am praying that this whole PG era just goes away and we just forget it ever happened and we move back to what wrestling is supposed to be. I'm sorry, but family friendly is never going to sell as much as an adult content television show. It's just not. What are you going to want to watch? Do you want to watch the Animaniacs or do you want to watch Die Hard? I mean, let's tell...
Of course, don't have to go overboard and do crazy stuff.
No, you don't have to be. You don't have to be gratuitous, but at the very least, have adult content on the show. You know. That they
be a little edgier and make, like I said,
bring an edge to the show. Bring a little bit of, but make it more reality based. Stone Cold Steve Austin was not playing a character; he was just being himself. And look what happened. What did he become? The biggest star of all time. And Steve Austin's not even in my top 5, and I know he's the biggest star of all time.
As far as big draw money, yeah, he is. I guess according to JR.
No one, according to Jim Ross, nobody sold more pay-per-views, more merchandise, more T-shirts, and sold more tickets than Stone Cold Steve Austin. If you go by dollars and cents. And a lot of guys on the page love to go by dollars and cents and throw up certain factoids that really aren't so. But in Steve Austin's case, he's the biggest star of all time if you want to go by money. Now, we got to get into SummerSlam because it's a week away. Main event is Brock Lesnar versus John Cena for the WWE title. I'm very up in the air with this whole thing on how it's going to go. I don't care for either one of them. John Cena, to me, has run his course. He's had his time. His theme song is, your time's up, my time is now. I think his time has been up for quite some time, but the WWE just doesn't want to realize it. And Brock Lesnar, I have nothing for him because he didn't have enough respect for The Undertaker to say no. So I really could care less, for either one of them. But if you want to go by logic, Brock Lesnar has to win this match. Otherwise, the WWE, in essence, is trying to tell me that John Cena is more powerful than the Streak. And I'm sorry, but John Cena is not more powerful than the Streak. I could care less how many T-shirts he sells. I could care less how many Make-A-Wishes he does. He is not stronger than the Streak.
Well, I think something big is going to happen. I'm very confused because Lesnar has limited appearances. I read he's scheduled to appear on Raw the next night, and he's scheduled for the next pay-per-view. So I don't know if he's going to get the belt or not, but...
Neither do I. I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue.
We might see the cash-in. We might see Seth Rollins cash-in.
So you're saying that Brock Lesnar... You're saying Brock Lesnar wins the title and then Seth Rollins cashes in on Brock... So you have Seth Rollins be the one to beat Brock Lesnar?
I don't know. I'm saying I just don't know how they're going to do it with the limited appearances.
I would not let Brock Lesnar lose a single match until WrestleMania where Daniel Bryan kicks his head off. That's what I would do.
I agree with you.
I would save that I would save that big win for something like that. Because I stand by what I said. I do not think... I've been judging how the crowd reacts when Roman Reigns comes out. They don't explode when he comes out. He doesn't get a Daniel Bryan type reaction. And if Bryan holds on to that same fire that he had when he left, there ain't no way he's going to the mid-card. Not going to happen.
That's what I was telling you. Just because these guys get popular, it's to be the top guy, you have to have that sustained popularity.
No, you have to have that sustained popularity. I agree with you. So if when Bryan comes back, he's still as popular or even more popular when he comes back, how do you argue with that? That's over a year and a half of having that level of popularity that a lot of wrestlers today can't even dream of holding onto the crowd that long. CM Punk had the summer of Punk, and within a year, he was cooled. He was cooled off. Bryan's only gotten hotter.
Well, then there's the monkey in the monkey wrench. And the plan is that can Daniel Bryan be physically capable of coming back and holding the belt?
Well, the rumor is that he'll be back by January. And if he'll be 100% by January, how does anyone argue with him winning the Royal Rumble to make up for last year's debacle? I wouldn't have a problem with it. I think that if they kept it quiet and made him a surprise entry in the Rumble, the crowd would absolutely explode.
Oh, yeah, they'll go
and you would have a very satisfied audience leaving the Royal Rumble, unlike this past year, which was a complete disaster. Another match we have on the card, so I'm going with Brock Lesnar to win this match. There's no way he's losing. We got completely off topic, but I'll get us back on track. I'm going for Brock Lesnar in this match. There's no way he's losing. How about you?
I agree. I think Brock Lesnar wins. And but look out for a swerve. Who knows? There might be a
I
swerve.
will look out for a swerve. Maybe Vince Russo's in on it. But as far as the John Cena Brock Lesnar match, I say Brock Lesnar gets the 1-2-3 victory.
Yeah, I can't see John Cena coming out of there beating Brock. It would be a waste. It would be a waste of the streak for Cena to beat Lesnar.
Absolutely. And Cena had no business beating him the first time they wrestled each other. Which was at Extreme Rules. I'm talking about the first time in the last few years. Cena had no business winning that match. He hit him with 2 moves and he beat him. I thought that was ridiculous.
That was because of Lesnar's limited appearances.
Well, it is what it is. The next match we have is Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns. Randy Orton has 0 chance of winning this match, in my opinion. Roman Reigns is winning. He needs to. I want to see him have more one-on-one matches on big marquee shows and see how the crowd reacts to him.
Sorry about that.
Because I'm concerned. It's okay, Mike.
Jimmy.
It's okay. Yeah, we're right
I
here.
apologize.
It's all right. Who are you going for in the Lesnar Cena match?
Me? Who am I going for in the Lesnar Cena match?
Yes.
Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar. 100%.
You think that Frank is calling for a swerve in this one? What do you think? You think there'll be a swerve at the end?
You think that what? Who's Seth Rollins?
He thinks that Seth Rollins may cash in at the end due to Lesnar's limited appearances, but I don't think Brock Lesnar gets beat until WrestleMania 31. That's where I stand.
How is Rollins going to beat Lesnar?
I have no idea.
Option D?
Well, I guess we'll see. So you're going with Lesnar. Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton. I'm going with Roman Reigns on that one. There's no way he's losing. He's being groomed.
I don't see why Orton wouldn't do the job.
Excuse me?
I don't see why Orton wouldn't do the job.
No, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. I've been waiting for this match for quite some time. I was kind of disappointed we didn't get to see it at Battleground, but nevertheless, we're going to get it now. I'm really looking forward to seeing it, and I think Seth Rollins is winning. As much as I like Dean Ambrose, I personally think he's the most over guy in the Shield. I don't see him winning. How about you guys?
Ambrose? The Ambrose match?
Ambrose versus Rollins.
That's a really tough match to call.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a show stealer, personally. How about you, Frank?
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I think that's really going to steal the show. And, I think Rollins will win, and eventually they might have a match for the Money in the Bank later on.
Yeah, we talked about that on our last broadcast. We also have Stephanie versus Brie Bella. I really could care less about this match because I'm smelling a rat, as they would say. As they would say in March of the Wooden Soldiers, I smell a rat, and I think that rat is Nikki Bella. I think she's going to turn on Brie, and Stephanie's going to win.
That makes it a lot more intriguing because let me tell you something: the Bella twins are horrible.
They are. They really are.
I mean, did you put the whole acting?
Please, I would love to forget that what I saw. The fact that this angle has been closing out Raw the last 2 weeks, I think it's an insult to Lita and Trish closing out Raw because that was ridiculous.
She made no sense when she was talking. She made a stupid joke that nobody went. What was that joke? The whole Stephanie in jail with Beulah or whatever, and then it looks like it was a dead silence. The whole crowd was like.
Please, like I said, Mike, I'm trying to forget the fact that these two bitches have been closing out Raw the last 2 weeks. Brie Bella is a 0. Brie Bella is a 0 without Daniel Bryan. We could agree on that at least.
Oh, yeah.
One of the matches supposed to happen at SummerSlam. I'm so discontented with the product, I barely even know what the hell's going to be going on. Now, Jesus, what other match is supposed to happen?
The Tag Team Championship?
Between, the Usos and who?
I think it's the Wyatts again.
Oh, God, please.
No, wait a minute. Isn't the whole Kofi Kingston and Biggie Langston getting a shot or something like that? No. I just read that they disbanded the group. Really?
You're kidding. Before it even got a chance to get any momentum. There goes Kofi's friggin' push. Jesus.
That's terrible.
That is absolutely ridiculous. Why would they do that?
They take away that push, but they get Titus O'Neil and
I agree. They should put Titus O'Neil in the group with them. It would work out perfectly.
Titus O'Neil is now.
Oh, I totally forgot. There are two other matches on the card that mean something. Jericho versus Bray Wyatt. To me, there's no way Bray Wyatt's losing this match. Unlike John Cena, Chris Jericho will put the guy over.
Is that in the steel cage?
No, it's a regular straight-up match. And Luke Harper and Eric Rowan are banned from ringside.
I can't see... If Bray Wyatt doesn't win, I don't understand.
He lost a lot of momentum from the Cena feud. I think we could all agree on that. That was an unnecessary loss for him. How about you, Mike?
100%. And I know that they give him creative control with his promos and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
But sometimes he really makes no sense.
Ultimate Warrior never made any sense, but we all loved him.
Yeah, I know, but it's more like a reality-based crowd. You know what I'm saying?
I think he should be going. I think that Bray Wyatt should be going against the Authority. Bring down the Machine. That's what he did in NXT, and he was the most over guy in NXT when he was doing that gimmick.
I'm not saying to script promo. I'm saying it to just try to make sure he stays in the right
Like
direction.
I said, I think Bray Wyatt belongs as a hero. He should be going against the Authority. Makes perfect sense. He always talks about bringing.
Just stay in the right direction. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they need to book him properly. They also have The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. As much as I love Dolph Ziggler, and as much as I despise The Miz because he is annoying, he's not even a villain that I'm afraid of or that I think is tough. He's just annoying. He's got go away heat with me. I would love to see Dolph Ziggler beat him, but I know better because there's no way that they're going to push Dolph Ziggler in any positive form because he tells them that they suck and they don't like being told that they suck. That's where I stand with that.
I heard that so they're not going to put Sheamus in that match in the other belts.
Excuse me?
I read somewhere that they were thinking about putting Sheamus involved in that match in the finally belts, and that's not going to happen.
Well, I'll tell you what. I would love to see the U.S. title and the Intercontinental title get fused into one and just keep the Intercontinental title because that U.S. title means absolutely It's not even on the card.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. What I don't understand is why don't they go back to the old way of putting like the next star in line and make him hold the IC belt. You know, like Roman Reigns should have the IC belt right now, and he should be defending it and having great.
You want to know something? I agree with you 100%. If you're going to push someone to put him on the road to becoming the heavyweight champion, they should be going after the Intercontinental title because all the greats did it. Triple H, Shawn Michaels, The Rock, Steve Austin, Bret the Hitman Hart.
The more you think about it, they really ruined it. There's no way to bring the belt back to you.
No, they ruined. I agree with Mike there. They ruined the Intercontinental Championship because they made it.
What they did now is they put a bona fide world champion. They put the Intercontinental belt on it, and it still means something.
It's a terrible shame because that belt has so much meaning and so many great men have held it. Well, guys, this is the end of our first segment. Frank and Mike and I will be back with our next segment. We'll be right back.